As you know, it's not been a very happy day for us. At this stage, though, I'm just going to update you with the identities, which I think you might have had. I'm just going to confirm the identities of sadly, the two victims. They've been identified as Glenroy James of Grisettes in St. Michael, uh, and also Christoph Griffith of Lanes Gap, Britons Hill, St. Michael. Those, sadly, are the two victims of today's tragedy. Again, we would want to express condolences to all the families. Certainly, one of the persons, Mr. Griffith, is in fact the son of one of our police officers, our brothers, and of course, he's a member of the media, I believe, the Nation newspaper. So we all touched by the tragic circumstances, not because they're affiliated to both our organizations, but because it did in fact happen. It's not good for anybody at all. That's what we want to highlight and give to you at this stage and confirm with you. We are still on the lookout for any person, any suspect who may be connected to this matter. There is a person of interest who is assisting in our investigations at this stage. However, how that materializes, we will get back to you to confirm whether or not that is the individual who, or one of the individuals who we are looking for. At this stage, I'm prepared to take any queries. We've been here for hours. If you have any questions that I can answer, I'm glad to do that. Pardon me? What was the manner of death? That is still, formally, I would have to say, still under investigations. That's why we're going to have a postmortem and whatnot. So I can't speak to that in connection to the matter. There's a case where a person or persons may be charged as a serious crime, and I can't speak to that before a postmortem will address that. The two workers who came here, who were contracted to do work here, they're the ones who drew it to our attention that they first noticed the body of an individual here when they first got here. They reported it to the police station. Police obviously responded and came here to the scene. And when we did a further check, we recognized it wasn't only one, but it were two individuals who appeared dead, who were deceased at the scene. I don't want to describe that just as gruesome. I try not to add any adjectives to scenes like these, but I mean, it wasn't a pretty sight. We came here and we did our search of the whole area. It's a woody area, it's a wide, it's a vast area. As you saw earlier, we spoke of the K-9 department. We used all the resources available to search the area for any other clues or any kinds of evidence. Even our forensic department, they've been here for a few hours too as well. It's a very large scene to process. That's the reason why we're here all this time.
Can you confirm any reports that maybe somebody was living on the property that is Bishop at all in relation to somebody?
Allegations that someone frequents there, and allegations, like I said, I call them allegations. I can't confirm. I personally haven't spoken to anyone who would say, yes, this person lived here or not. I'm not in a position to say that. I know there's a lot of questions, there's a lot of answers we want at this stage, but as you can appreciate, the rule of law and the judicial procedure, everything needs to be followed because we don't want to mess up a case because we put things out there that we are not authorized to put out there at this stage. There are a lot of things I cannot prove. There are a lot of things that a lot of our officers, and you might have heard while you were here at the scene, it's not a matter of what we know, it's what we can prove. We, as we often do for any person, and you might get a wanted person released from us maybe later, if that's the case. Any search for any criminal or any person, any suspect, we usually ask your help, the journalists, to help put out to the Barbados public who we need to see, who may know more than us, who often know more than us, and who can inform us of what's going on. We tell them what we can tell them, what we know, and we always ask for assistance in getting matters like these resolved. And most of the time, the public comes through for us. Well, based on our investigations, is what we come up with. If there's a need to do that, we will do that, and you will be probably the second person to know. The police will be the first, obviously. But if that's the case, we will let you know for sure. But like you said, allegations, I don't speak to allegations for obvious reasons. Those are matters that if it did happen, that would be a sorry state. However, if it did happen, it would need to be investigated, and there are parameters for that. There's a way of going about that. Investigations, any complaints against police or response or lack of response, I'm sure it can go through the Commissioner of Police or any of those channels to complain. But I'm not at liberty to speak on an allegation, as you can appreciate. I don't have all the specifics, as you can appreciate. I came here to the scene, and I haven't checked where the report was made. I was informed it was made at Hastings, and I was informed that police responded. I was told by some of the workers here and some of the police officers it's happened around 11 a.m. Certainly, when I came here, it was about midday. So I've yet to finalize exact times of police response. What was more urgent to us today was to deal with with what had happened, who had done or took part, and what happened, and finding the suspect. So that part, in terms of the police response, that would be noted, and that's something that can be checked. I haven't done that as yet. So as I said, all of us were more concerned with the crime that has occurred here at this location. Any other queries? Okay. Thank you very much. As I said, I will follow up with a media release shortly, a formal media release in black and white, and we'll send that off to the media houses. All right? Thanks.